everyone, welcome to my research presentation on waiting line of supermarket in Colombo district, queuing theory model and customer satisfaction analysis. My name is Ayomidi Patirana from 3rd year batch of Department of Accountancy and Finance of Management faculty in Sabaragamu University of Sri Lanka, and my co-author is Dr. T.U.I. Piris from Sabaragamu University of Sri Lanka. This is the outline of my presentation. Customer waiting lines are rampant within organization in the contemporary world. Also, waiting lines in supermarkets are very common, especially in peak hours. Long waiting lines in front of counters in supermarket damage the reputation and it might lead to loss of customers because long waiting generate negative emotions in customers. Therefore, managing queues, especially during peak hours, is supermarket is essential. The characteristic of waiting line in terms of queue theory models and customer beliefs should be investigated before deciding the strategies that should be adapted. Because when we are deciding a strategy, we have to think about the average utilization of the system, the average time spent in the system and waiting in line, the average number of customers in the service system and the waiting line. And also we have to look whether the prevailing satisfaction factors are satisfactory or not. So based on those comparisons, we have to decide the strategy. Therefore, the research objective of this study is to investigate the characteristic of waiting lines and proceed to investigate the factors affecting customer satisfaction concerning waiting lines in supermarket located in Colombo district. Lian, 2016, discussed about the causal relationship between factors of customer willingness to stand in queues and customer perceived wait duration time. Since the research does not investigate queue theory characteristic, I decided to investigate queue theory characteristic by using queue theory before to investigate the factors affecting customer satisfaction concerning waiting lines. These are also some other literature reviews. The study applied a cross-sectional survey to generate new knowledge by quantitatively examining the impact of independent variables on the dependent variable and the effect of queue theory. So I selected positivism as the research philosophy. The population of this study is the customers who are visiting supermarket in Colombo district. Sample and data collection. The analysis is twofold. First, we measure the queue theory characteristic and understand the current cross-section of the waiting line of supermarket. CCTV camera recording from Queue Super Havelock outlet was used for queue theory calculation considering the difficulty of data collection during this pandemic. Thereafter, we move to the next fold, prevailing satisfaction level. So, 200 questionnaires were distributed among customers who were selected through convenience sampling from Colombo district when analyzing the customer satisfaction. However, only 187 were respondent. Also, data were analyzed by using the descriptive statistic and structural equation model. The analysis has twofold. This is the first stage, the queue theory calculation. According to the queue theory calculation, it performed that the average utilization of system is 86.11%. On average, 6 customers are waiting in the queue and they spend average 5 minutes in the queues. Also, average number of customers in the service system is 6. Totally spend 6 minutes in the system. The main problem identified in considering this analysis is that a customer stays in the whole system for 6 minutes but only take a minute to get the job done. He spent 5 minutes on that 1 minute task. So customers can be dissatisfied with this situation. Hence, we have to find out what is the prevailing satisfaction conditions. So, we use this model to study current satisfaction level. I first took up company promotional activities. By that I mean Business must create a physical and mentally favorable environment by using attractive price, well-known product and limited time promotional offers. The second one is customers' perception regarding waiting time. It means if the person perceived waiting time to be substantially longer than actually, he may feel frustrated and leave without shopping. The next one is customers' perception of a company's responses to a waiting time. By controlling queuing prices, a company can reduce perceived waiting time, increasing number of cashiers and compensation queuing customers. The improvement of waiting environment. Customers usually like to present feeling by having comfortable environment. Distraction methods such as movies, news, electronic bulletin boards, also eating, drinking while waiting in queues. The next one is perceived wait duration. Here I mean that customers become disappointed when the actual waiting time exceeds the perceived waiting time. Customers would become bored and distressed. The last one is social injustice. By this I mean that people with few products receive beneficial treatment and different priority rules such as express checkouts and sometimes applied to various customer segments. Also, I have taken these factors by using empirical evidence. You can see the empirical research by this within brackets. Hence, the following hypotheses are investigated. Company promotional activities have an impact on customer satisfaction of waiting in line. These are other hypotheses you can see. The data required for second objective was collected from the questionnaire. Therefore, it was necessary to confirm the validity and reliability of the questionnaire. For that, I had to analyze using principal component analysis, and second question was removed as it does not load in significantly to the relevant component. According to confirmatory factor analysis, model 1 is represented the first order CFA model without correlated, and model 2 is represented first order CFA with correlated. The model 2 is superior than model 1. According to these criteria, CFA model 2 was suggested to eliminate question 16. Model 3 is a second order CFA outperform model 2. Model 1 and Model 2. According to the CFA, Model 3 was acceptable for further analysis. The questionnaire was validated under convergent validity and discriminant validity because the CFI rate was greater than 0.8, square root of AVEE of each factor is greater than the correlation of factors, and all the respective values of MSE are lower than AVE. All the AVE values are greater than 0.5 and CR is more than AVE. According to standardized estimate of SEM, it shows 84% of R-square value. According to the unstandardized estimate of SEM, the factors the factoring of these 5 factors have significant impact on customer satisfaction of waiting in line because the estimate values are positive and the p-values are less than 0.05. Also, social injustice have no significant impact because p-value is greater than 0.05. According to the queuing theory calculation, it concluded that it is needed to be improved the operational occurring within the waiting line. The waiting line models are important in highlighting the effectiveness of operations and as a result the necessity of improving their characteristics. This can be accomplished by either restructuring the queues or utilizing new technologies that allow more customers to be served at the same time. The result of SEM disease study concluded that factor company promotional activities to be most vital, followed by other factors. I suggest that customers have negative feeling about waiting time and they may be willingness to queue if right promotional activities are implemented. Also, improving the waiting environment by using distraction methods can be used by managers. These are some key references that I used. Thank you.